Come, let's begin. With your eyes closed, take a slow, deep inhalation. And then as you exhale, draw your shoulder blades down, drop your sitting bones, and relax the skin of your face by moving your ears backwards. Bring the middle fingertip of your right hand to your heart center. Take a long, deep inhalation, and exhaling, move your mind deep inside you, behind your fingertip, in the middle of your body, reminding yourself of the reason we practice the asana, to connect with that light within you. Inhaling, release. And then take both hands up for mental centering. Set your intention to gather your thoughts and your senses. Exhaling, gather. Inhale. Exhaling down the central axis. Move your mind down. Making it look within. Inhaling, lift again. Sides of your fingers touching each other. Exhaling, gather. Inhale without moving. Exhaling down, hands moving down, imagining them inside your body. I offer my mind the light of my spirit. Third time, by yourself. And join me. Svaha Tat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Om Bhurbuvaha Svaha Tat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Om Bhurbuvaha Svaha Tat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhyo Yo Na Prachodayat. Exhaling, bow your head. Make your brain humble so that it can receive. Inhale as you lift your head. Slowly open your eyes. And release. And come to Parvatasana. Even though you're dropping your sitting bones so that you remain grounded in your pelvis, lift the sides of your waist up, lift the bottom of your belly up, lift the back of your sacrum up. Inhaling, release. Exhaling, down. Inhaling, lift your head. And then twist, twist to your right. And change. And then release. And come out, straightening out your legs. Once your legs are straight, bump your knees 9 times. That means contract and release your quadriceps. And then release. Come into Baddha Konasana. And spread your soles. Now, as you spread your soles, release the tension right where the adductors attach to the pubic bone. Opening up the inner thighs. This, of course, releases tension in the base of your belly where the reproductive organs are, the organs of elimination. And so it's very important for preventing problems in the future, such as prostate problems for men, even PMS for women. And then bring your feet back together. After your feet are together, press the big toe mounds into each other and pull your arches apart. Pull your toes back. So it's as if there was a wall in front of you, your mounds would touch the wall, not your toes. So pull them back that much. And then release. Lift your knees, straighten out your legs, and then cross your legs. Place your hands in front of you, and then step into Vanar Asana. Step back with one leg, right leg back, left leg forward. And just open up your right hip flexors for a few seconds. Feel that opening across the front of your right thigh near the groin area. And then slowly step back with your left leg, step forward with your right leg, change sides. And again, spend a few moments simply feeling and opening the front of your left thigh. Inhale. And then exhaling, step back with your right leg and come into Marjara, the cat action. Now in Marjara, there are two parts of the cat action, concavity and convexity. So in concavity, focus on dropping T5 between your shoulder blades down. And as you drop that down, think about the front of your spine from T12 forwards to the chin, from T12 backwards to the sitting bone. So the front of the head, which is the chin, should move away from the front of the coccyx, and vice versa. That means front of the coccyx should move away from the front of the chin. And then exhaling, reverse. Now when you reverse, it's the same thing, but in reverse. So from T12, you feel the back of your spine moving into the back of your head, and the back of your spine moving into the back of your sacrum. Again, the back of the coccyx. So those two ends, the two back ends have to drop. So you notice we are doing it with the lengthening rather than the shortening. And then slowly drop. So the way to do it is with the lengthening and not with the shortening. Now you could say, pull the back of your sacrum towards the back of your head, but then everything becomes crunched. Instead, if you move the front of the sacrum away from the front of your head, which is your chin, then you get that beautiful opening with the lengthening. And then the squeezing of the kidneys is a consequence rather than a cause. Then exhaling, reverse. Again, from the back of the spine, from T12 to the back of your head, from T12 to the coccyx, move that down, both of them, but away from each other and down, causing the front of the body to shrink. But that's not the root. The root is the back extending. One more. Concave spine. This is so simple but so deep when you do it with mindfulness, when the mind is totally inside your body and you're feeling the spine opening, you're undoing the aging process. It's absolutely magnificent. And then change. Again, put your mind inside your back. How often do we completely integrate our minds with our bodies and our breath? This is your opportunity to do it. So use it, use it, use it. Let the back of your head move away from your neck. And then inhaling, come to neutral. And then tuck your toes under and go into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Drop your heels. Now when you drop your heels, think about the cause and the consequence. The cause must not be dropping the heels. The cause must be the lengthening of your calf muscles so that your heels come down as a consequence of that lengthening. Cause and consequence. Or cause and effect, if you will. I like consequence because it's C and C. Inhaling, lift your head. And then exhaling, take your time and step into Uttanasana. In Uttanasana, release the back of your neck. And as you release the back of your neck, remember the feeling that you had in Marjara. And feel that same dropping from the back of the spine into the back of your head. Bend your knees, bring your hands together, look at your thumbs. Inhaling, lift your belly and contract the quadriceps to come up and back. Then follow your thumbs with your eyes back home to your heart center. That's the home of your body, that's the home of your mind, that's the home of your spirit. It's the home of your breath. Mm-hmm. Exhaling, bow your head and look at your thumbs. Inhaling, look at your thumbs as you go up and back, pressing your pelvis forward. Exhaling, bend your knees and fold forward into Uttanasana. Inhaling, lift your head. Exhaling, step back with your right leg. Way back, put your right knee on the floor, right toes pointing back. With your fingertips on the floor. Inhaling, lift the front of your spine into your chin. As you hold the pose, remember the opening that you started with, the opening of the hip flexors. Inhale, and then exhaling, step back with your left leg, coming into the plank Palakasana, the whole body in a smooth straight line. Pull your head away from your heels and the heels away from your head, creating traction in the lumbar spine. And then exhaling, lift your buttocks and come down onto your knees, chest and chin, Ashtanga namaskar. Point your toes back once you've landed. Feel a humility in the action as your chest rests on the floor. Think about how often in the day, in a normal day, you rest your chest on the floor. It's not often. Inhaling, slide your chest forwards and up into Sarpasana, the serpent. Now remember what you did in Marjarasana. Move the front of your upper spine into your chin, rather than contract your back only. Yes, you contract your back. Yes, you contract your buttocks. Yes, you contract your hamstrings. Yes, you contract your calf muscles because this is the strengthening action. But think about the opening in the front as well. Exhaling, bow your head. And then inhaling, come into Bhujangasana, the cobra. Spread your legs if you have any lower back pain, otherwise keep them together. And now in Bhujangasana, again think of that opening in the front of your body. Move the front of the spine up to the chin. Remember in Uttanasana, you move the back of the spine to the back of the head. Here you're moving the front of the spine, of your spine to the chin. Those are the opposites, Uttanasana and Bhujangasana. Exhaling, tuck your toes under and come into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Move your sitting bones away from your hands, lengthening the whole body. And then move your sitting bones away from your heels as you drop your heels down. Remember, the cause is the opening of the calves. Inhale as you lift your head. And then exhaling, step forward with your right leg. Left knee on the floor, left toes pointing back. And feel that same beautiful opening of your frontal spine into your chin. Exhaling, step forward with your left leg. Bring both your legs completely together so that whatever can touch touches. Inner ankles, inner heels, insides of the big toe mounds. Bend your knees. Bring your hands together, look at your thumbs. Inhaling, pump up and back. Exhaling, back to heart. Now before we do the other side, I want you to think about your spine. Back side of the spine, front side of the spine. When you're going to go into Ardha Chandrasana, I want you to do it without contracting the back side of the spine. Simply by extending the front side of the spine. So bow your head, exhale. And then move the pelvis forward, press your heels down and lift the front side of your spine as you go up and back. Exhaling, bend your knees and foot forward. That way you don't get crunched in your lumbar spine. Now remember, now it's the back side of the spine. That's the beauty of Surya Namaskar. You're working on the front, the back, the front, the back, the front, the back. You're creating that beautiful connection in your nervous system. Or rather, between your nervous system and your body. Inhaling, lift your head, contracting the back, lengthening the front. Exhaling, step back with your left leg. Now it's front. Front up. Keep your mind there for a few breaths, opening the front, opening the front, opening the front. And then exhaling, step back with your right leg. Make the whole body flat and press the head and the heels away from each other. Inhale. Exhaling, lift your buttocks, come down into Ashtanga Namaskar. Point your toes back. Feel that humility as your chest rests on the floor. And then inhaling, slide forward and up into Sarvasana, the serpent. Again, even though you're contracting, because you have to come up, you can't come up without contracting. Think about lengthening the front of the spine into your chin. Exhaling, bow your head. And then inhaling, push your hands into the floor, come into Bhujangasana. Now it's really focusing on that front of the spine lift. From even the pubic bone, forwards and up into your chin. Feeling the beauty of the flow of life in your body. Everything we do in the asana is for a bigger purpose. It's not for the asana. It's for a bigger purpose. So this opening that you're getting now as you hold for a few breaths is creating more life in your lungs. It's increasing the power in your immune system. And then exhaling, tuck your toes under and come into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Release the back of your neck so that your head really hangs. Let your head hang and spread your shoulder blades. Remember the sitting bones. We're holding the poses this time so that you get the effects of the poses as well as the flow. Sometimes you don't hold the poses, and that's the beauty of it. There are different ways to do everything. Inhale as you lift your head, and then exhaling, step forward with your left leg, right knee on the floor, right toes pointing back. And now as you hold the pose, get the benefit of the pose. Because many people do Surya Namaskar for the flow. And that's fine. But there is also the pose. So holding the pose helps you get the effect of the pose. Doing the flow develops flexibility and strength and movement. You get the benefits of it. Roll your shoulder blades down so you can open your throat more. Energize your kidneys so you're drawing them in and up into your chest so that your fatigue, your day-to-day fatigue is diminished. Exhaling, release and step forward with your right leg. Bring both your legs together. Now again, bring your mind into the back of your body. This is the Paschim pose. So straighten your knees and lift your hamstrings up towards your sitting bones. And then move the back of your spine into the back of your head. Look towards your belly button. So this time it's looking in action rather than a hanging of your head. And every single thing I teach has a purpose, a meaning. So you're doing this for the release of the nerves that come out of the base of your brain, the vagus nerve especially. And then bend your knees, bring your hands together. Inhaling, pop your quadriceps, lift your belly to come up and back, opening the front of your spine into your little fingers. Exhaling, bring your hands back to Namaste. Inhaling, lift your head, drop your arms by the sides of your body and simply feel the effects of this simple yet deep Surya Namaskar. When you stand in Tadasana, make sure that your palms are facing each other, not forwards. Palms facing each other. And then bring your whole body into alignment so that your ear holes are over your shoulders, are over the greater trochanter, are over your outer ankle bones. Inhaling, release. And then slowly stand in the middle of your mat facing the long side. Bring your hands into jumping position. And with a deep inhalation, jump 4.5 feet apart. Now take your right leg out and your left foot in. Now before you do anything, get the feeling of where you are. Right here on your mat, about to go into Krounchasana. Feel the flow of your arms from your spine out into your fingertips. Feel the event of doing a pose rather than just an exercise form. And now bring your mind into your right hamstrings. Pull them up as you did in Uttanasana, up to the sitting bone, which releases the pelvis and allows it to tip to your right. Rest your hand on a brick behind your right leg or on the floor. And then bring your other hand up, looking at your thumb. We are not going to stay for long in this pose. Now as you do this, move your lower ribs towards your lower armpit. Right ribs towards right armpit, and roll the right shoulder blade towards your buttocks. So 2 actions. Ribs towards armpits and shoulder blades towards buttocks. Shoulder blade towards buttocks. Now maintaining that, inhaling, come up, so that you keep that left side lifting. Sorry, right side lifting. And then change sides. Inhale. And then exhaling, tip to your left and come down by lifting the hamstrings. Same thing. And again, you're not performing. Do not try to go further than you can today. Focus on what you're doing rather than simply trying to get a pose. Now, same action. Hamstring, lifting to release the pelvis. Then, move your left rib cage into the front of your left armpit. Then roll your left shoulder blade down to your towards your left buttock. And feel the dynamism of what you're doing. Again, remember, how far down you come is irrelevant. What's relevant is the dynamism of the pose. So you're putting your mind into your body, contracting your quadriceps, lifting the bottom of your belly, spreading your arms, looking at your thumb, opening up and strengthening your neck. Maintain that movement of your left ribs towards your armpit as you're inhaling, come up. Then you'll come up with more dignity. If that lift drops, then the dignity is lost. And then come back to the center, turn the foot in, and exhaling, step or jump feet together. And then release your arms and look far, far away. Imagine yourself looking at an ocean far away. And even though your gaze is outside, your awareness must be inside. So feel your body, feel the weight on your feet, feel the balance between the right and the left sides. Even simply doing Tadasana properly brings your mind into your body and you feel invigorated and more alive. And now we're going to Vrikshasana. So stabilize your left leg and bend your right knee and put your right foot way up with your heel touching your perineum if possible. And again, if you need balance, just use a wall. Never think about performance. And then take both arms up with your palms facing the ceiling. Draw the arms apart from the chest. Then keeping that arm apartness, come up. Now drop your right hip down. Drop your right hip. And as your right hip drops, press the heel of your right leg into the lesser trochanter of your left leg. You're trying to release the tension in the adductors. And open up the outside of your left hip. And of course, you're developing balance. Inhaling, release your arms and leg at the same time. Bring the leg down and pause. So if you want to be technical, the arms release until they are parallel, then the leg releases as you come down. And then let's use the left leg up. So place the left foot in the middle of your right thigh. And then, as we normally do in Krounchasana, move your inner left thigh towards your knee. That opens up and brings your left hip into joint. Then take your palms up and stretch into your fingertips. Press your left foot into your inner right thigh, allowing it to open. And then, let's do it technically. Release your arms till they are parallel with the floor, palms facing the floor. And then exhaling, release your leg and arms smoothly at the same time. It's like synchronized swimming, no? Arms and legs together. And then gently release and go onto the floor with your hands in Shirshasana position. So interlock your fingers, place your forearms on the floor, elbows shoulder width apart, and then put your head on the floor. Make sure your thumbs remain interlocked. Tuck toes under and straighten out your legs and walk in. For those of you who are new, who are beginners, what I suggest you do is simply stay here, relax your belly so that the organs of your abdomen drop onto your diaphragm, and then lift and widen your shoulder blades so that there is no strain in your neck and that your head does not feel any weight. Those of you who are seasoned and practiced, bend your knees or just simply go up in the full pose with legs straight. But do not go up if you don't do it as a regular practice, because I'm not there to watch you. Whether you're in the full pose or whether you're in half the pose, relax your abdomen. Let the organs of your belly drop onto the diaphragm, creating a little puff in the top of your belly. If you look at my teacher's work in light on yoga, you'll see a little puff on his upper belly, where the organs have dropped because he's relaxed the abdominal muscles so much. If you're in the full pose, keep the vibrance of the shoulder blades moving away from the head. If you're in half the pose, increase that vibrance because you need to have even more strength to hold half the pose. Inhale deeply. Soften your throat. Soften the muscles around your temporomandibular joint. But keep the serratus anterior vibrant to lift your shoulder blades and to widen them. Inhale. And then on the exhalation, deepen your groins to come down. Once you are down, walk away, bend your knees, rest your shins on the floor, and then roll your forehead onto the floor. Drop your arms by the sides of your body, holding your feet. If you find it difficult to rest your head on the floor, feel free to take a blanket or a brick and put it underneath your forehead. Bal Asana, child's pose. In this pose, I want you to do 3 things. Number 1, drop the tip of your coccyx, the very bottom of your spine, towards the floor along with the sitting bones. Number 2, drop the weight of your neck and head into your forehead. And number 3, spread your shoulder blades, allowing your shoulders to drop towards the floor. Just 3 things. Feel it, do it. That's what I love about our teaching in Purna Yoga. It's so clear, so precise, so unambiguous. Slowly release your hands, put them underneath your shoulders. Keeping the back of your neck relaxed, use your triceps to push yourself up until the arms are straight. Keeping your head dropping forward, place your hands on your thighs one at a time and push up. After you're seated, lift your head. And then, with your eyes closed, lift your arms and center your brain energy just once. Inhale and exhaling down. And then inhaling, release. Open your eyes and straighten out your legs on the mat. Once your legs are straight, place your left hand behind you with your fingers pointing away from your buttocks. Bend your right knee and hold the big toe of your right leg with two fingers, the index and the middle. Inhale. Exhaling, lift your legs straight up into the air. Yeah. Use your back hand for support. And then pull your shin bone towards your chin and your chin towards your shin bone, bending your right elbow sideways. Keep that left hand behind you to prevent your lower back from capsizing. Inhale. Exhaling, straighten out your right elbow and then let the leg come down and change sides. This is a preparation for Krounchasana. Hold the big toe and then straighten out your leg. Yeah. Use your back hand, which is your right hand, to push into the floor to lift your kidneys. In Krounchasana, you don't have that hand. So you have to learn to lift your kidneys against gravity with the force of the leg pushing against it. It's a unique pose, Krounchasana. There's no other pose I can think of where you do this exact action in your kidneys. But we are prepping for it now. Inhaling, release. And then change legs. Left hand behind, right. Index and middle fingers holding and straighten out. We're not going to do the full pose today. We're just prepping in another class. So we'll do the full pose. So just keep on watching all the classes. And now draw the heel up and pull your elbows sideways, drawing your shin towards your chin. Again, use your back hand to lift your kidneys. Inhaling, release, and change sides. Keep both leg quadriceps really well contracted so that you feel power in your legs. And then exhaling, release your left leg. And then roll over onto your back. Take your legs up to 90 degrees, bend your knees to 90 degrees and flex your ankles to 90 degrees. Take your arms out sideways, palms facing the ceiling. Inhale. And then on the exhalation, draw your legs down to the right, belly to the left, head to the left. Inhaling, come up and change sides. Exhaling down to the left, belly to the right, head to the right. Inhaling, come up and change sides. Legs to the right, head to the left. Inhaling, come up and change sides. One more set. Inhaling, come up. Legs to the right, head to the left. And belly to the left. So you actually feel that opening in your spine. Inhaling, come up onto the left with your legs, right with your belly and head. Inhaling, come up, and then bring both legs down. Spread your feet hip width apart. Drop your arms by the sides of your body, palms facing the ceiling. And then lift your buttocks a few inches off the floor. Interlock your hands behind your buttocks. And now one at a time, lift the right side of the chest, roll the right shoulder under. Lift the left side of the chest, roll the left shoulder under, without pulling them away from the head. I know some teachers teach to pull the shoulders away from the head. That is the incorrect action. That's not a variety of doing the pose, that's just incorrect. It damages the neutral ligament. Then lift as much as you can with your pelvis and place your hands on your back. If you cannot place your hands on your back, you can keep them on the floor. Remember, it's not performance. And then bring your legs together and slowly lift your right leg up as much as you can with your knees straight. Ekapada Setubandha Sarvangasana. Inhale. Exhaling, bring your right leg down and then change legs. Exhaling, bring your left leg down and change legs. Yeah. Ekapada Setubandha Sarvangasana is really useful for developing the groin strength, which is the hip flexor strength. And it's also, of course, powerful for opening up the lungs and the diaphragm. And, of course, making the spine flexible. Bring your leg down and change legs. Inhale, exhaling, bring your leg down. One more change to complete a set of 3. Take your right leg up and press the toe mounds into the ceiling, putting the toes themselves down. Press the big toe mound and the inner heel of your left foot into the floor to lift the arch. Exhaling, right leg down, take your left leg up, and now press the big toe mound and the inner heel of your right foot into the floor to lift your right arch. Now all this is building neural pathways between your head and your brain and your body. Exhaling, bring your left leg down, spread your feet hip width apart, lift the weight off your hands. Release your hands and then come down. After you're almost down, unroll your shoulders, then come full way down. Pause for a few seconds. Spread your feet hip width apart and then drop your knees into each other and place your hands on your belly. With your hands on your belly, just shut your eyes and feel your belly rising and falling. This is actually a good time to adjust yourself on the mat because we're going to go straight into Shavasana afterwards. So just check to make sure your head is on the top side of the mat so that when you straighten your legs, you won't go off the mat. Feel the rise and the fall of the breath in your belly. Now transfer your mind into your chest and inhaling, expand your chest instead of your belly to open up your lungs and your rib cage. And exhaling, relax your chest back to its original position. And 2 more deep breaths. Inhaling into the chest and lungs. Exhaling, releasing the chest and lungs. And 1 more. Deep inhalation. Expand your rib cage. Feel the chest becoming really full and wide and expansive. And then exhaling, release. So the first stage that you did was the observation of the normal breath in your belly. The second stage that you did was the transfer from observation to creation. And to create the movement of the breath, to create longevity and life, it moves into the lungs and not into the belly. So you're moving from diaphragmatic breathing to intercostal breathing. Keeping your hands on your belly, slowly straighten out your legs one at a time. As you straighten out, keep your belly soft. That's why your hands are on your belly, to make sure that your belly remains softy. Press your heels away from your head so that the Achilles tendon is long. Then relax your legs. After you feel the legs are relaxed, then release your arms into Shavasana. Palms facing the ceiling, with your eyes closed. Feel your body dropping into the earth. Relaxed. Relax. Feel the tensions of your day, of your week, dissolving and melting. And also feel yourself supported by the energy of Purna Yoga, supported by our lineage, supported by the light in your room, in your home, on this planet. You are not alone. maintaining that inner equanimity. Slowly bring your mind back into your body, waking it up from the earth into the form that you're in. Inhale deeply. And then exhaling, slowly bend your knees one at a time. Inhale, and then exhaling, roll your body over to your right, resting your head on your right arm. Pushing the floor, sit up, any comfortable position. Sit bad. Let's face it. Bring your hands to namaste after you are seated. Join me for Sri Aurobindo's Gayatri. Tat saviturvaram rupam Jyotihi parasya dhimahi Yannaha satyena deepaye. Exhaling, bow your head with gratitude for our teachings in Purna Yoga, with gratitude for our lineage, with gratitude for the life that we have chosen. Inhaling, let your head rise. Open your eyes gently. And release.
Namaste.